All right, welcome back to the shop, guys. This video is for anybody that's looking for a place to buy axe handles. Today we're going to take a look at Beavertooth Handle Company. And because I don't do sponsored videos, you're going to get an honest review. You'll get the good and the bad. The reason I ordered from Beavertooth is this Riggers handle. But I also picked up this 20-inch boys axe handle and a 24-inch full-size single bit handle, a 24-inch double bit cruiser, and a couple of 13.5-inch Boy Scout handles. Now we're going to use a 5-star review system for this. But if you don't want to wait till the end, I'll tell you right now, the quality of the handles is good. The shipping time is horrible. Their customer service is terrible, but their variety is off the charts. Let's go ahead and take a look at the fit and finish of these handles. Beavertooth grades its handles as surplus, good, better, and select. All right, let's start with the 24-inch double bit cruiser handle. So this handle is graded as a better, and we can see that we've got minimal grain run out. It's all sapwood. The grain orientation is about perfect on this one. Measures out just about an 1/8 inch shy of 24 inches. I'll pull the caliper out. These are a little thicker, so this is almost at 9/10, and for anybody that's on the metric system, we're at 23 millimeters. The eye at the shoulder measures out to 60 millimeters, and just a little over 2¼ inches. And the thickness is 21 millimeters wide, 0.8 of an inch. Now this handle is sanded, I'm assuming, to about a 220 grit. It's got a nice soft feel. There's no tear out from the lathe. This is a nice handle. It's in good shape. There's no wax on it. Now the kerf is a bit of an issue. It is cut way too deep, and this is the shoulder. This is the widest point right here. So that forces you to mount the head way down lower, and you're going to lose about 1.5 inches up top, which is going to give you quite a bit shorter than 24 inches. But overall, this handle's pretty nice. So this is the second one, and this is closer to the better grade that they graded it at. We can see we've got quite a bit of run out. It still has good grain orientation, and the kerf on this one is not as cut as low, but it is crooked, and you really don't want a crooked kerf. All right, next up we've got the 13.5-inch Boy Scout hatchet. Now these are not graded, so this is $12.75. And it appears to me that it's all heartwood, so that should have a really nice finish. It should have a nice dark finish once it's oiled. If we look here, the grain orientation is fantastic for a hatchet. It does appear that there's a little bit of either tear out, or that might be a stripe of some heartwood or some inclusion in there. We've got a little knot right here. Overall, that's a fantastic handle. Let's see what it measures out at. So we're 13.5 inches on the dot. So I've been looking for something that's nice and thin at the hardware stores, and the hardware stores just don't carry a nice thin handle like this. And I found it. This is the one. This is now the one for me. So we're sitting just about 19 millimeters. So that's close to 0.7 of an inch for us right here. That's a great little piece. So close to shoulder, we're sitting here at about 42 millimeters, and wide, it is 18 millimeters wide. It's got a nice wide kerf. It looks like it's cut on a circular saw. That's a fantastic little handle. Now this one, same. Looks like it's heartwood. It's got good grain orientation. It's got a nice kerf cut in it. But here's the issue. If you look here, you can see a small crack, and that crack runs all the way through to right here. Now the clip that you're about to see is from 5 days after the clip that you just watched about that cracked handle. So the crack got bigger. Considerably bigger. There's also some checking starting down here on the palm swell. So this handle sat on the workbench for about 5 days, and it got up to about 90 degrees here in the shop. So this is just a good example of why axe handle companies coat their handles in wax or lacquer. And the reason why they would do that is if the wood was still wet when they put it on the lathe, when it comes off, it starts to dry. So any of you guys that do green wood carving, or if you have any experience with a sawmill, and they'll paint or put a wax at the end so that it doesn't dry out too fast at the ends and start checking. So that's a good example right there. So I will note on the dimensions on all the eyes here, they all match the description on the website. Hey guys, if you're liking this kind of content, hit that like button. It'll let YouTube know that this is the kind of stuff that you like to watch. Also, it will help out this channel. Now next up, this is the 19-inch Boys Axe handle. And it does measure out right at 19 inches on the button. Now this handle was graded as good, and we can see that we've got inclusions or sapwood. We've got a knot right here. We've got another knot right here. But if we look, it's got fantastic grain orientation and almost no grain runouts. Now I think this handle will still hold up well. The kerf is cut nice, even though it was cut on a bandsaw. Again, the finish is great. There's no tear out on it. It's sanded down real nice. What I don't like, if you look here, you see how it's much thinner here at the grip, but then it starts thickening up here. That's just a little odd to me. But at the grip, it does feel really good in the hand. So this is going to make, I don't know, a nice little pack axe. Maybe if you're looking for a carpenter's axe or a bushcraft axe, or even a small truck axe, a compact truck axe, this would make a great little handle for that. With all the defects in the wood, one thing to take into account, this handle costs $12.75. All right, this is an abomination. This is the 24-inch single bit full size, and it's graded as good. It does have a wax finish on it, and it measures out a 1/4 inch short of 24 inches. Now this thing is fat, it's thick. We're sitting at 37 millimeters. Comes out to just shy of 1.5 inches in this direction. And then we're looking at 9/10 or 24 millimeters for thickness. So it's a little thick. It could be carved down. My gripe on this one is how thick the palm swell is. It's barely comfortable to hold up here. So all this is wasted space unless you're going to carve it down to where you can get a grip all the way down at the bottom. Now, we do have another little inclusion. That strip right there looks like it could be a weak spot. Here's my biggest complaint with this handle. Here we have a full-size 3.5 pound Michigan Collins Legitimus. And watch this. Now, if you're new to axes, you're thinking, wow, that's awesome. It slipped right in. You don't have to do any work. But look at that. Can you see? You can see air through there, okay? It doesn't fill out the eye. When I buy an axe handle, I want a thick tongue, okay? I want to have to carve down to fit into the eye. That way I have a tight fit. At $18.99, I would call this a failure. This is not a good handle. It also is coated in wax, which is not a big deal. I don't mind a wax coating and having to scrape it off. So this is the 18-inch Riggers / Derrick handle. I've been looking for a nice, short, compact, straight handle for riggers hatchets and hewing hatchets, but it doesn't have that taper up here at the neck close to the shoulder. And we've got this really nice upswept grip right here. So this is just a fantastic handle. I'm really excited with this piece. Let's see what it measures out at. So again, I'm seeing a 1/4 inch shy, 1/8 inch shy on this. Not a big deal. It's close enough to what they're calling it. So here's a Riggers hatchet head, and it does slip in. It does slip in, but it's pretty tight. I will say that's pretty tight, and I think once it gets pounded down closer to the shoulder, it is going to fill out nicely, and I think that'll do. So that's a decent look at that right there. That's fantastic. Now we are measuring out just a little over 20 millimeters, which is wonderful, and we're sitting just at 35 millimeters. So this is graded as better. We have minimal grain run out. Looks like it might be red hickory, heartwood. We've got pretty good grain orientation. Fantastic kerf. Kerf is a little off center, but that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. That is a beautiful piece. Now this is the same handle, also graded as better, and we can see here we do have some dark hickory in there, which shouldn't be an issue. It's not up here at the eye. And again, we've got good grain orientation. So I will definitely be buying more of these handles. So this 18-inch rigger / derrick handle is $12.75. Now, overall, the fit and finish and the quality of these handles, according to the grades of the wood that they are, I give them a thumbs up. Definitely give them a star. So let's talk about the actual ordering experience. Obviously, this is all online. Now, their website, it's pretty old. It's pretty cluttered. With that being said, the checkout process, that was pretty streamlined. And we're dealing with a family-owned business. Okay, this is made in America. These guys apparently don't have time to be tweaking on their website and getting it all streamlined and easy to use. If you take your time, you'll be able to navigate it. You'll be able to find what you need. All right, now shipping is where they really dropped the ball. First off, the shipping time, it took a month for me to get my package. I wasn't surprised because I'd been reading on Axcraft that shipping can take up to 2 months for some of this stuff. So obviously they are taking your money, they're selling you a product that hasn't been made yet. So be prepared. It's worth it if you're buying handles like I am and you're stockpiling handles. But if you need a handle in 2 days from now, 3 days from now, this is not the company to buy it from. The actual packaging on the handle shipment that I got was subpar, and I'll show you that right now. All right, shipping and packaging was terrible. First, we can see right here that the label was created on the 19th of July. And the order date was the 22nd of June. Now, this is pretty much how it arrived. There was 2 pieces of brown paper stuffed in here, and it was a little jiggly. That's fairly normal for shipping axe handles. The problem here is this. So they're taping the wedges to the handles. Look at that. So they're taping a flat wedge to a convex surface and jiggling around in the box. It broke 1, 2, and that one broken. So I got 3 broken wedges. Not the end of the world. I can make my own wedges. But they did include a sweet pencil. All right, guys, let's talk customer service. So first off, in my honest opinion, there shouldn't be a need to rate customer service on a company unless there's an issue, okay? If you've got something that's damaged, something that just didn't show up at all, maybe their shipping is running late, they can send you a message saying, hey, we're running late. With that being said, I did not get a notification that my package was going to be 2 weeks later than it was said when I initially bought it. Additionally, one of the hatchet handles that I bought had a crack in it. I got picky with this handle. And to me, this little crack right here, it isn't an issue if I was using this handle for myself, but I wanted to see how beaver tooth handles was going to respond to my nitpicking, because I know there's a lot of people out there that would nitpick this. So let's take a look at this. So right here we can see just a faint little crack, okay? And it runs through, I think it's a coincidence that it runs through the crack on the wedge, but it runs through right up here to the top of the eye. Now, it doesn't run down into the eye, so I think it's just checking. So I think that this crack is just checking from the wood being a little wet when they put it on the lathe and then it dried out. Now in the email complaining about this crack, I didn't even complain about the wedges because I can make my own wedges, but I really should have said that because that issue needs to be fixed. They shouldn't be doing that. I contacted Beavertooth. I let them know that there was a small crack in the handle, and I got a response back, and they said, which handle was it? And I said it was a 13.5-inch hatchet handle. And that was it. That was over 2 weeks ago. And I haven't heard back from them. I haven't received a replacement in the mail, and it's a $12 hatchet handle. I am not angry. I am not lashing out at Beavertooth. I'm going to order again from them. Guaranteed. They have a phenomenal selection of handles, a lot of stuff that, like I said, you won't find anywhere else. I just want you guys to know what you're getting into if you're buying from Beavertooth Handle Company. Now, Beavertooth Handle Company really shines with variety, okay? They have a tremendous amount of product available. Pick handles, shovel handles, two-man crosscut saw handles, a plethora of axe handles, okay? They've got all kinds of stuff. I would assume that they have hundreds, 200-300 different types of handles there, and they're all made right there in Tennessee from Tennessee hickory by a family-owned business. And you get the option of buying an expensive handle or a cheap handle depending on the quality of wood that you're looking for. Some of these nicer axe handle companies out there right now, they're not offering B- or C grade wood. It's either, B grade, which is still a really good handle for, some of these nicer companies. And then they're A grade. But if you're looking for something, if you want something that's like $10 and it's got, bad grain orientation or it's got that, the bark inclusions or whatever that is, they'll sell it to you. All right, guys, now let's get to the actual review. How many stars are these guys gonna get? So we're gonna go ahead and give Fit and Finish 1 star. Even though we had that issue with the cracked handle, it was 1 out of, 10 handles, and shit happens, okay? Now, ordering experience, I'm gonna give that a 1/2 star. The website's super cluttered, the description and the pictures are pretty poor, but shipping and packaging, that's 0 stars. That was terrible. Customer service, also 0 stars. They do get 1 star for variety. I'm looking forward to checking out a lot of their other handles. And I will give them 1 bonus star for being a family-owned business and American-made right there in Tennessee. So that's definitely a bonus. That brings us up to 3.5 stars. Now, guys, let me know in the comments if there's any changes that you want to see to this review process. Also, leave a comment if you want to see me review other products. This is something that I want to get into, and these are 100% non-biased reviews, okay? I'm not getting paid. I will not let my anger or emotions get in the way. I want to do this as scientific as I can and as upfront and honest with you guys so that you guys know what my experience is, and you can kind of judge what your experience might be off of that. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Until next time.